A Jungle Princess, written by Ruskin Bond. From Roorkee, separate roads lead to Haridwar, Saharanpur, and Dehradun. And from the Saharanpur road, you can branch off to Paonta Sahib with its famous Gurudwara glistening above the blue waters of Yamuna. Still blue up here, but not so blue by the time it enters Delhi. Industrial effluents and human waste soon muddy the purest of rivers. From Paonta, you can turn right to Herbertpur, a small township originally settled by an Anglo Indian family early in the 19th century. As may be inferred by its name, Herbert was the scion of the family, but I have been unable to discover much about him. When I was a boy, the Carberry family owned much of the land around here, but by the time independence came, only one of the family remained. Doreen, a sultry, dusky beauty who became known in Dehra as the Jungle Princess. Her husband had deserted her, but she had a small daughter who grew up on the land. Doreen's income came from her mango and guava orchards, and she seemed quite happy living in this isolated rural area near the river. Occasionally, she came into Dehradun, a bus ride of a couple of hours, and she would visit my mother, a childhood friend, and occasionally stay overnight. On one occasion, we went to Doreen's jungle home for a couple of days. I was just 7 or 8 years old. I remember Doreen's daughter, about my age, teaching me to climb trees. I managed the guava tree quite well, but some of the others were too difficult for me. How did this jungle queen manage to live by herself in this remote area where her house, orchard, and fields were bordered by forest on one side and the river on the other? Well, she had her servants, of course, and they were loyal to her. And she also possessed several guns and could handle them very well. I saw her bring down a couple of pheasants with her 12-bore spreader shot. She had also killed a cattle lifting tiger which had been troubling a nearby village, and a marauding leopard that had taken one of her dogs. So, she was quite capable of taking care of herself. When I last saw her some 25 years ago, she was in her 70s. I believe she sold her land and went to live elsewhere with her daughter, who by then had a family of her own. Thank you very much. Now, some of the words and their meanings. Still blue up here, but not so blue by the time it enters Delhi. Industrial effluents and human waste soon muddy the purest of rivers. Effluents, EFFLUENTS, effluents means liquid waste, especially chemicals produced by factories. From Paonta, you can turn right to Herbertpur. As may be inferred by its name, Herbert was the scion of the family. Scion, S-C-I-O-N, scion means a young member of a family, especially a famous or important one. She had also killed a cattle lifting tiger which had been troubling a nearby village, and a marauding leopard that had taken one of her dogs. Marauding, Marauding. Marauding means going from one place to another, killing or using violence. Thank you very much.